Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. So, this is just people in general that talk about you, and maybe you are leaving someplace or you have just seen someone, or maybe people are talking in public that you don't even know, and they're giving you compliments, but you're not aware they're giving it, talking to each other. So this reading is all about that and those compliments you receive that you're not aware you're receiving. So I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile, but please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm now going to show you crystals. So for pile number 1, we have this golden cat's eye. And we have the card Portal. For pile number 2, we have the Shell. And we have Opening Heart. By the way, there is 1111 here with these two cards together. For pile number 3, we have Amethyst. And we have the card Adjustment. So take a look at all these cards. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, see which one you're most drawn to. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this golden cat's eye crystal and the portal card number 1, it says Infinite Mind, an Awakening Consciousness. This reading is for you. We are going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. So just when people talk, this could be strangers, this could be people you know, it can be literally anyone, and certain compliments you receive when you're not around and when you're not there, or even if it's a stranger saying something like, oh, I like that person, what they're wearing, something like that. So we're first going to take a look at all the cards we have. We are starting off using this Priestess of Light Oracle deck. I'm going to use 2 other Oracle decks for this reading, as well as your tarot cards, and then let's see what we can see about your reading. So we're starting off with the messages from Mermaid's Oracle, where we're going to get 1 card from this deck. So, Spirit Guides of my pile, number 1s, please come through and assist me with this reading for them. May I please look into compliments they receive unknowingly from others? What are the compliments my pile number 1s receive unknowingly from others? We have the card Truth. And then at the back of the deck, we have Inner Knowing. And now we're going to use the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So, Spirit Guides of my pile, number 1s, compliments they receive unknowingly from others. We have Sekhmet with Wounded Healer, card number 15. And then at the back of the deck, we have Shine. So wanting strangers and people in general that look at you say that you could shine brightly. You could be someone that stands out and you're noticed by others. You turn heads when you walk around, it's like people want to stare at you. I'm hearing that song Focus on Me. I think it's Ariana Grande, I'm not sure. Could be mistaken, but it's like people just want to focus on you and how you look. I'm feeling more so strangers and people that just see you around with this shine card. We're now going to use the small Vanessa tarot deck. So compliments my pile, number ones receive from others unknowingly. And we have the devil card. People could say you are someone that has a really seductive look to you, where they're very, very attracted to you, especially, like the opposite sex or the gender you're attracted to, or if you're, I know everyone here is different in their sexuality, but there's something here about strangers and people looking at you and saying they're very attracted to you, saying they kind of like feel like you're very sexy with the devil card. Then we have the King of Wands. I was seeing something about someone here. Just take the messages as they resonate, but I'm seeing something about someone here having a nice watch, or someone here having nice accessories like sunglasses or jewelry or something like that. And there's something about shininess, like let's say you're wearing a watch and it's really shiny, or let's say you're wearing jewelry and it's really shiny. I'm feeling like some of you wear gold jewelry, or there's like a lot of golden energy around you in your aura, in your vibe. It's kind of like Merlin. I'm hearing someone has said about you that everything you touch turns to gold, everything you touch turns to something beautiful and abundant, because you are someone that believes in yourself. And I guess that is one compliment I see. And kind of like this energy of people, I see someone here wearing glitter eyeshadow or wearing glitter or something shiny. I feel the energy of something shiny and people complimenting that. So, spirit guides of my pile, number ones, may I please look into compliments they receive from others unknowingly. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like in terms of your look and your fashion style, there's something about people saying it looks very expensive or luxurious. People could have complimented your home and you didn't realize, like let's say someone comes to your home and they don't say anything there, but then they go home to someone else and they say, oh, that person's home looks so gorgeous. I really like the furniture they have. I really like this. Something about your home looking beautiful and you dressing up in a way. I'm hearing like you look clean and fresh, or you look very put together. As something about the accessories you wear and the clothes you wear look very expensive and luxurious. That is what I feel with the Queen of Pentacles. And as well with the Queen of Pentacles, I also feel like people could have complimented the way you could have worked towards the things you've wanted in your career, and how doors are starting to open for you with the portal card by you believing in yourself, by you going after your passions and the things you are interested in. I even feel like people could have spoken about you having lots of talents, being very talented at what you do in your career or in your goals, your hobbies, your interests, and being someone with a lot of ambition. So there's two cards here. Which one? Okay, this one. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you are complimented a lot for being a hard worker. And the things you have, the material things you have, are well deserved, because people can see you've worked really hard for the things you've wanted, as well as this energy of not just working hard for it, but you inspire others because you believe in yourself. You believe that you're worthy of the things you want to achieve in your life. So I feel like that is something people compliment, as well as you having clarity on what you want to do. You being someone that maybe plans things ahead of times. Like that's the vibe I pick up on from you, like planning and um sticking to that plan, being very dedicated to yourself and your goals. That is a compliment you could receive from others. So at the back of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. And with this Four of Cups, I kind of feel the energy from this energy, like people that are very attracted to you, maybe walking past you and saying to their friend, like, that person is so hot, so, so fiery hot, like, I want to ask them out on a date. Or something along those lines. That's what I see here with the coffee date. But since we don't see the person that is opposite here, I feel it's more so strangers that say that, like strangers that are very attracted to you. I also feel like people, especially strangers, are very drawn to you and they don't know why. There's something about strangers saying they're very drawn to you, that they something about your vibe seems nice. Like you have this golden energy, this heart of gold, and people that know you will say that you have a heart of gold, that you're someone that is really truthful, that you're someone that has a lot of good values, and they like your personality, they like your energy. And you'll see a lot of people out in public as well, not just people being attracted to you, but like strangers also saying things like, oh, I want to talk to that person over there, like I want to be their friend, or maybe even strangers on Instagram or social media seeing you and saying, that person, like, I want to talk to them and message them and be their friend. Or maybe even people like that are acquaintances that kind of want to talk to you and see you in the future. There's something about them being very drawn to you. I also feel like people say that you're someone that feels things on a really deep level and that you've been healing yourself. You've maybe been in a little bit of a hermit mode, healing yourself and focusing on you and letting go of certain things you want to let go of. But I always feel like people talk about you being a very gentle soul, a very peaceful soul too. And it's kind of like you just feel things on a very deep level. And I feel like there's this genuineness here people feel from you. People could also say you are really sweet, that you make them feel safe, and there's something about you growing and rebirthing yourself from the wounded healer. I feel like when people come up to you and talk to you, it's like you open up their mind to newness. You open up their mind to new things and experiences, to expand their mind, to become more abundant. Like, let's say you're speaking to an acquaintance and they say to you, I have a goal of doing this. I really desire this. And you're like, if you feel like it will make you joyful, go for it. And maybe you give them some advice of something they never thought of, but they can see you're being truthful while you speak. And there's something about them feeling like you somehow uplift them and encourage them and inspire them to reach the things they want. Or when people speak to you, there is this very sweet energy you have where you're very compassionate and nurturing if they are feeling things and going through things. Somehow, because you've been through your own healing journey, you just know what to say to people to help soothe them. And I feel that energy very strongly. And just a lot of people saying you're a very joyful person to be around. Like they feel a lot of joy being around you. They feel like you are someone that, like I said, everything you touch turns to gold. You have a heart of gold, this golden light from you, and you are someone really powerful. And that power is in you, yet you're still humble, yet you're still down to earth. That is the vibe I pick up on from you. I feel like a lot of people say that you change their perspective on things, or you change how they think about something, or you change how they feel about themselves, or you help people believe in themselves more. You help people reach clarity on certain things they weren't seeing before. And it's like they can tell you're being truthful while you do it. I also feel like people may compliment you saying you have a pure soul, or saying you have this energy of living in alignment to your truth. And I'm hearing like you are someone that wears what you want to wear. You say what you want to say. You're not someone that pretends to be someone else. And you live authentically to you. And I feel like that's a big compliment people give you when you're not around, because it's like you do so with confidence and courage, where you're being yourself in the world. And if people don't like it, then that's just not their cup of tea. And I feel like that actually inspires a lot of people to also live in their truth. I'm looking at this woman here and she has blue eyes. So if someone here has colored eyes, even this woman here has blue eyes, people could compliment your eyes a lot. People could compliment your intelligence, say that you're someone really open-minded. Even if you have brown eyes or hazel eyes, there's something about your eyes looking very good, or if you wear eyeliner, something about that. Your nose, something about your nose looking really nice. I don't know why. Your eyebrows, I'm hearing eyebrows. So let's take a look at your tarot cards we have. Hair being bouncy. Like, you know, when your hair is not flat, but it's bouncy, it's like it has some volume. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. Spirit guides of pile one, what compliments they receive unknowingly from others. We have the Four of Cups. With the snake here on the Four of Cups, I feel like when people are not feeling that great about themselves, somehow you make them see things a little bit differently. You open up their mind to a new truth they haven't seen before. So I feel like a lot of people could compliment that you are someone with the King of Cups that helps them find emotional balance through situations where they're not feeling that great about it, where they're feeling meh. So let's say, for example, someone is at work with you and they're going through their day and, you know, they're just feeling meh. And, you know, maybe you compliment them and say, I really like your work today. You did really well. And now all of a sudden they feel much better. Or let's say someone is just not feeling great about their relationship. Then they come to you and ask you for relationship advice, because I feel like they tell other people that you're the one they'd ask for the truth, because they know you'd tell them the truth. They know you wouldn't lie to them, and you would open up their mind to a higher perspective. And somehow you just make them feel better after, in terms of their feelings and emotions. With the King of Cups, they somehow feel more emotionally balanced. We have the Nine of Cups. What is that song I'm hearing? It is 12:21 on the clock, if anyone has seen that angel number, and now I see 222. It just changed to 222. So I'm hearing that song Wannabe by Spice Girls, the one that's like, tell me what you want, what you really would want, something like that. As soon as I picked up this Nine of Cups card, I heard that sound where they're like, tell you what I want, what I really, really want, something like that. I love Spice Girls, but with the Nine of Cups and that song, just that line, I'm not hearing the rest of the song, just that line. There is something about people wanting the things you have. Like with the Nine of Cups, people could compliment the work ethic you have and wish they could have that same type of work ethic. People could compliment the home you have and wish they had a home like you. People could compliment that belief you have in yourself, that confidence you carry and own your power with yourself, and wish they could have that. People could wish they had your ambition. People could wish they had your seductiveness. People could wish they have your eyes, your hair. If you have long flowy hair, something about that. Or of course there could also be men watching this. Maybe there's something about men's hair or hair colors or eye colors or face structures. I don't know. There's something that you have that people want, and it's almost like people compliment you in a sense of like, I wish I could look like pile number ones, or I wish I could have something like pile number ones. Um, but it's in a way of like you inspire them, where they're going to push forward to get what they want. Does that make sense? So that is something people compliment you about. We have the Sun card. People could compliment you for being such a happy-go-lucky person, for being a very positive person. People could even say, I wish I was as happy as pile number one. I wish I could just do things so effortlessly like them and turn things into gold like them. We have the Ace of Swords. People could compliment your handwriting, your intelligence, the way you use certain words. Um, Maybe you are really good with words, or really charming, or really good at writing emails or letters or writing in general. There could be some writers here in this pile. People could compliment your work, or the Sun card could also be creative work. If you are someone that does creative work, people could compliment that unknowingly to you. That is the feeling I get here. Maybe even they wish they could have a talent like you. We have the Ten of Wands. So people could compliment you in a sense of saying you work hard even in moments where you don't feel like doing it. So they really admire your work ethic. We have the Six of Cups. And as I look at the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups represents the past. We see flowers growing in these pots. I feel like people compliment the way you've been healing yourself, because you've really been focusing on you and where you want to be, growing towards where you want to be. And it's like you've been planting new flowers in the old parts of you that were once wounded, but making it into something beautiful in your emotional field by healing yourself, gaining wisdom from it, and then being able to move forward as well as share that wisdom with others. I feel a solar plexus healing. We have the Empress. I feel like some of you, people have complimented the way that you have healed your self-worth, where you have started believing you're worthy of the abundance you wish for, where you started believing you are worthy of feeling admired and seen and, standing out and feeling beautiful or attractive or handsome. People could even talk about how you just look like you love yourself more. You look like you know your worth more. Um, if you are someone that started to do something you love, like you're passionate about, like I'm hearing someone here is an entrepreneur and they sell something they're passionate about to others. I feel like one of you could have started raising your prices because you could have become more experienced and people can see the work you give others is valuable. And there's something about people talking about that and saying good for them for raising their prices, something like that. I feel like that's just a specific message for someone here. But with the Empress card, I also feel like people could compliment your attractiveness, say that you're someone with a lot of seductiveness and they wish they could look like you, or they wish they could have abundance like you, they wish they could love themselves like you. So I feel like it's in a way of admiration. And we have the King of Pentacles. So people are complimenting the way you are also leveling up within your career. We have the Nine of Pentacles. You're starting to be blessed by the universe in some way. You're starting to get lots of blessings and gifts from the universe for all the hard work you've put in, and it's starting to show. And I feel like people are really complimenting that and you're unaware of it. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose the shell and the opening heart card, card number 11, with deep connections and water blessings, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. So these are just compliments from others in general. It can be from anyone, strangers, people you know, just compliments that have been put around with your name that you haven't been aware of. Okay, so this card we're starting out with is from the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. We're going to use two other Oracle cards from other Oracle decks, and then we're going to add your tarot cards and let's see what shows up for you. Okay, so spirit guides of my pile number twos, we're now using the messages from Mermaid's Oracle. May I please look into compliments they receive from others unknowingly? What are the compliments they receive that they're not aware of from others? We have letting go. Then at the back of the deck, we have moving forward, move forward. I just heard the word victory, success. So you have victoriously moved forward. It seems like you've been healing something big in your life, some kind of challenge, because the way this octopus is making me feel is like you have had this octopus kind of cling to your leg and now you stepped on it and you're victorious and you're moving forward and you're letting go of certain things holding you back. Can be jobs, people, places, things, habits. It seems you've been letting go and you've been opening up your heart to deeper things that are actually going to fulfill you. So that is the vibe I pick up on. And as you've been doing this, you seem more free, you seem more happy, you seem more in love with life. But there is still this kind of mysterious type of energy around you where I feel like people aren't exactly too sure always what you've been healing or what you've been letting go of. Not everyone is sure, but there's something about you looking more free, you looking more happier these days. Like if you had certain people know what you were letting go of, like let's say you let go of an ex and your best friends knew, but other people didn't know. But then maybe the truth came out later on and they're like, oh, okay, that person. No wonder they look so happy now. Like that type of vibe. Of course, it doesn't have to be an ex. I'm just using an example of the energy to try explain here. People are complimenting the fact that you're letting go of something that isn't serving you, that you're awakening to the fact that you deserve better, that you deserve more respect, that you deserve more love. And because I feel like people talk about you having a really big heart, and if you had certain people around you in the past that weren't necessarily appreciating your heart or giving you the same way you were giving them, I'm seeing an element of either one-sided relationships or people that weren't fully appreciating your love. It was like people are somehow not happy that you have let go of it, but more so happy that you're starting to focus on more deeper connections with others that are actually healthy, that are actually going to care about you the same way you care about others. I feel like that's for the people that have let go of, friendships or relationships that weren't serving them. But when it comes to jobs and things like that, maybe some of you have been letting go of jobs that weren't fulfilling you, and then you went towards something your heart was calling towards. I'm seeing Moana when she's at the water and her heart is calling her towards the water and no one understands why, but then she goes towards it and it's like she actually has a purpose to go to the water. If you've ever watched that movie, there's something like a deep purpose there of something she needs to fulfill there. So I feel like if you are someone that is seen as someone with a big purpose, it's like you've been, maybe that's the compliment you receive from others, that letting go of something that isn't fulfilling you is actually better for you, because now you can focus on what your heart is leading you to. And it seems like maybe people talk about you having a pretty big purpose, or being able to help a lot of people doing what you love, or being able to find a lot of fulfillment doing what you love. And of course, moving forward and looking a lot happier and freer. You know, when you are just glowing, you're just radiating, you're just feeling happy. It seems like people are talking about you like that. So, which card? Okay, there's two cards here. We have Naked. So this card is all about emotional vulnerability, but since there is also a mermaid on this card, and the card you chose from the Priestess of Light has water on it, the ocean. The Priestess of Light Oracle cards have more of a variety of cards. It has earth cards, it has fire cards, it has many different, and this one too. It has like many different types of cards, and you got the mermaid one. So that's not a coincidence. Maybe some people say that you remind them of a mermaid or a siren, or maybe some people say that you are someone that reminds them of the sea or the ocean. Like maybe someone here has blue eyes, and people have said your eyes are so blue like the ocean. Or maybe someone here has a body that looks very much like a mermaid, or when you dress up, maybe your hair is long and flowy, that you look like a mermaid. Or maybe you just have this type of siren gaze, like I'm seeing siren eyes or eyeliner or something like that. And it's kind of like maybe people also compliment your attractiveness, that you have this type of attractiveness that just kind of lures people in like a siren or like a mermaid. Maybe you even have a beautiful voice, because mermaids always have beautiful singing voices, and beautiful voices that just make people uh, under their siren spell. So I feel like you've definitely have a lot of attractiveness that people compliment, but then also the second card we have here is Secrets Revealed. So I'm not going to include it, but this card talks about something being revealed to others. So I feel like with the Naked card, you have been an open book. And since you've been an open book, maybe this is how it's been revealed. Like maybe you don't mind telling people about your life. I feel like you're kind of like an open book. You don't mind telling people. Um, but at the same time, you're mysterious to some people, where some people don't exactly know the full story of what's happening in your life. But then, with the snake surrounding her, I feel a vibe of transformation. People complimenting you and saying you have transformed in some way, you've changed in some way. You are starting to glow, and you're starting to shine again. You're starting to feel happy again after a painful moment in your life. You're starting to open up your heart again to more connections. If one of you lives by the beach, people could compliment your home and say, your home looks beautiful by the beach. I'm just kind of looking at the energies here. Only take what resonates. People could also say you have been seeming to be a lot luckier these days after a heavy, I feel like you went through a heavy period of your life where you were more so isolated, and like emotionally you were not okay. But now I feel like you're coming out of that, and there's this vibe of like, you know, a crab coming out of its shell, and maybe you are starting to come out of your shell. And people are starting to see that, and there's something that has changed about you. There's something different about you. There's something where you are glowing, where you are shining, where you are radiating, where you seem really happy now. I'm hearing the song Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. So what are the compliments people have given my pile? Number two's Where They Don't Know, Unknowingly. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Do you see here she's holding a key to this big mansion she's about to enter? People could compliment your home or the things you've worked hard for. It doesn't have to be material things you've worked hard for. It could be, you know, working hard for your healing journey, you know. It can be something along those lines, or it can be working hard towards your goals too. But it could also be financially, like people maybe even complimenting the blessings you've received with the Ten of Pentacles. How when you really followed your heart and followed that internal compass you have, you started getting the things you wish for. I feel like you've been putting a lot of action and focus towards yourself and where you want to be. You've been following your heart, even when other people's opinions aren't, I'm hearing the word conducive to what you want. You don't listen to that. You're going to follow your own heart and create what you want to create. I feel like you have started achieving some things that you've been focusing on. You've started achieving some things and you've put in a lot of focus and action towards where you want to be. And now it seems like people are complimenting you because you seem like you are starting to become much more luckier. You seem like you're starting to become much more abundant. You seem like you are starting to get the things you wish for. After going through a period of time where things weren't exactly going your way, that determination and that belief in yourself, that optimism for the future got you to where you are now. And I feel like people with the Page of Pentacles are seeing you in your past, analyzing who you were in your past and who you've become now, who you've transformed into, how you've grown. And that is what they are complimenting. And with the Emperor in reverse, I feel like some of you have had people in your life in the past that weren't necessarily appreciating the love you were giving. I feel like you maybe had, this is not going to resonate for everyone, but some of you maybe had some people-pleasing tendencies, or you were very afraid to speak your truth because this Emperor is speaking to the whole world, but this Emperor is now in reverse. Okay, so you were very scared to speak your truth to those connections, and now people are analyzing how you've changed, how you've let go of that, how you have become more outspoken. Because I feel like you're very empathic people, and I feel like people often compliment the fact that you have a big heart, the fact that you connect on a really deep level with people. When you connect to people, they can see you really open up your heart to them. They can see you're being really truthful. They can see you're coming from a genuine place. Okay, so there's something here about that, and people seeing how you've grown in a way where you've become a lot more outspoken and you've transformed yourself to finding your voice, finding your worth, believing you're worthy of the blessings that you are receiving now. And with the shell, I feel a cleansing has happened in your life. Some kind of cleansing, some kind of healing. In terms of physical compliments, physical appearance compliments, someone here has braids and people compliment your braids. If you cut your hair short like this, people could compliment that. Or if you have curly hair like this. Some of you, I've seen one of you wear a fur coat or something like that, and people have complimented that. Something about the money and the abundance you are getting. I'm seeing fur coats and jackets, like fluffy jackets, something like that. I'm seeing something about you reaching manifestations, like it being revealed to people that, the things you've always wanted are starting to come to you. And there's this vibe of like people being inspired by you and excited for you. So, since people are inspired by you, I'm going to use the Muse Tarot for you. Let's see what else I can pick up on here. So, what are the unknown compliments that my pile ones receive from others that they're not aware of? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Mastery, how you've mastered your goals, how you've mastered the things you've worked hard for. But you also followed what your higher self was telling you with the Hierophant here. You weren't really listening to other people's opinions of who you should be, where you should go, what decisions you should make. You were following your own intuition. And I feel like that could be something people are currently complimenting, because it's like you're walking to the beat of your own drum with Three of Wands here. And you're taking baby steps to the direction you want. And now people are seeing the results with the Eight of Pentacles here, of you reaching your goals, of you achieving some things, of you looking like you have your life together now. If you have tattoos, as we see here, people could compliment your tattoos. If you wear skirts, as we see here, people could compliment that. We have the Ten of Wands. I feel like with the Ten of Wands, it's what I spoke about, like, you've become less of a people pleaser for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. And you started speaking your truth more with the Queen of Swords. So you're still this loving, light-hearted person, this person with a big heart, but there's something here where you've grown, you've realized your power. If one of you likes to wear red lipstick, people could compliment that. Or if your hair is short like this, people could compliment it. Or long dark hair, as we see here. I'm seeing a man in this pile that has like a long hair, like almost like a skater boy aesthetic. And people compliment the way you look. I don't know why. I'm seeing one specific man, like with longer hair and like that type of aesthetic. We have the Chariot. People could compliment when you are walking around in work clothes or something like that. People could also compliment the way your voice sounds or the words you use, because somehow the words you use come out very much like something about your voice is very soft and soothing, and it feels like you're really speaking from your heart when you speak. I'm seeing someone's nose is really nice, like people like your nose. I'm seeing something about social media and like someone looking at your photos or videos on social media and complimenting it to another person and saying, look at this person, like they're so beautiful, or look at this person, they're so handsome, something along those lines. We have the Six of Cups as well as the Two of Wands. I feel like people from your past are still watching you on social media or something like that, and they're seeing you glow up, they're seeing you transform, they're seeing you level up, they're seeing you become more powerful, and there's something about them talking about you and actually complimenting you those are people from your past that would compliment you. If people from your past are kind of shady, like let's say you worked with people from the past and they're seeing this level up in your life, they could be complimenting that. Or people you went to school with or college with. I feel this is more acquaintances, people you didn't really have closer connections to, or people you did have closer connections to, but where nothing happened, where it's just like a drifting apart. Where they are comparing you from back then to now, and they're complimenting you and talking about you. But then also, I'm seeing an energy here of people from your past. Like, let's say you have an ex, for example, and people are like, oh, who's your ex? Then they show them a picture of you, and then the other people compliment you, or something along those lines. Okay. Or like let's say you have an ex-friend and their mother, for example, asks how you're doing. And they are trying to say something rude like, oh, pile twos, they just did this, blah, 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 blah. And they're like shady about it. But then the mom is like, oh, good for them. Like, I don't know, like that type of energy. Like, that's what I feel here. Like, the other people around them are complimenting you. We have the Page of Cups. I feel like people talk about how much of a big heart you have. That's something we keep seeing across your reading. With the World card, your achievements, the things you've let go of. Okay, and I feel like with this card, I'm seeing if you are someone that travels, because the Chariot could also represent traveling, you could have had a lot of people compliment you without even realizing. Or if you're someone that posts a lot on social media and people around the world see it, a lot of people around the world could compliment you without realizing it. So that's something I see there. What compliments do my pile number twos receive unknowingly? We have the High Priestess. So people talk about your intuition too, and your intuition being on point, about that the fact that you have such strong gifts. We have the Knight of Pentacles. People also compliment the way you are so consistent. When you really want something, you are determined to get it. And there's something about people complimenting your work ethic, or the way you just go after the things you want and build towards the things you want and really commit to yourself. It's like I'm hearing the word diligent. So that's something I see there. Someone here has a lover or a relationship in their life right now, and people say that it looks like you really love each other, that the love looks so beautiful, that your person really looks like they love you, and they're just really happy to see you together. With the Two of Cups, it looks like you're really in love with each other, something about that. We have three lost cards here. The Four of Swords. We have the Empress. And we have the Star. People say that you're glowing. Like, that's something I keep seeing. You're glowing. There's something about you that looks much happier. There's something about you that looks like you're starting to get the things you want. You're starting to become more abundant. You're starting to become more at peace. When people look at your face now, it seems like you're at peace. It seems like you're just relaxed within who you are. It seems like you have more self-love too. It seems like you are someone that, I feel that self-love and self-worth energy, like you're really believing you're worthy of love. You're really believing you're worthy of valuable friendships. You're really believing you're worthy of the things you want to achieve. There is this change in you. There's something different about you that people see. And you're starting to shine more. You're starting to get recognition for your talents, your gifts. You're starting to get recognition for everything I've said here. But with the Empress, I also feel like people could also compliment you a lot on your beauty or your attractiveness or your handsomeness, depending on who's watching this. The clothing you wear, something about the clothing you wear. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile number twos. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this amethyst crystal and the adjustment card with looking back and moving forward, card number 24, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at compliments you receive unknowingly from others. So this could be anyone at all. This could be strangers. This could be people you know. Anyone that gives you compliments where you're not aware of that compliment. Okay, so this card that we are starting off with is the Priestess of Light Oracle. I'm going to use two other Oracle cards from two Oracle decks, one of each, and then after that I'm going to pull your tarot card. So we're starting off with the messages from Mermaid's Oracle. What are the compliments my pile three have received from others unknowingly, where they're not aware of it? We have magic. I'm hearing that song that goes like, she's magic, it's tragic that no one saw it when it happened, something like that. We have move forward. I must say your pile is very similar to pile 2, because in pile 2 this card was also coming out, and we spoke about them going through some big transformations, some big level up in their life. And with you, there is also this energy of change and transformation. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, I highly recommend you watch it. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. What are the compliments my pile 3s have received unknowingly from others? We have card number 22 with resistance. At the back of the deck, we have worthiness. Okay, so I'm hearing some of the things that we're going to mention are maybe things people are too scared to say to your face, which is why you are not aware of these compliments. Like, let's say someone is seeing you out in public and thinking you're so gorgeous or so attractive or so handsome. It's like maybe they're scared to say it to your face, a little bit shy. And then they don't say it to you, but they maybe say it to their friend. I'm seeing something about seductiveness for you, like you being very seductive and people being very attracted to you, and saying it to someone else like, ooh, I really desire to shoot my shot with that person, but I'm kind of shy. And then they resist giving that compliment to you. Sometimes it's also a thing of they think you already know, so maybe they say the compliment in their head or they say it to someone else around them, but they don't say it to you because they think you already know. They think you already walk with a lot of confidence and self-worth energies is what I see here. So spirit guides of my pile 3s, may I please look into compliments they receive unknowingly? We have the Two of Wands in reverse. Compliments they have received unknowingly from others. We have the Nine of Cups. As I pull this Nine of Cups card, I'm hearing, I wish I could be like you. I wish I could be like my pile 3s. I wish I could have pile 3's home. I wish I could have pile 3's job. I wish I could have pile 3's magical abilities or intuitive abilities. I feel like you're very intuitive because look at the way her third eye is shining out, and you pick the amethyst crystal, which is all about intuition, or I wish I could be as sexy as pile 3. Like, that's the type of vibe I pick up on. We have the hermit, or I wish I could be as intelligent as pile 3. So something about people wishing they could be like you, or wishing they could have knowledge like you, or wishing they could have what you have. If you have a lover that treats you good, I wish I could have a lover like pile three's lover. Like something like that is what I feel here. And then we have the Five of Wands. So I feel like with the Five of Wands, since we're speaking about compliments, it's kind of like, it's not in a jealous way, but it's more so like, it's not bitter or vindictive with the Five of Wands. It's more so like how I said, I wish I could be like pile 3. I wish I could have what pile 3 has. I'm kind of jealous of them. It's like people say that, but not in a vindictive way. It's more so like a jokey type of way. Does that make sense? At the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like people often compliment your mind and the way your mind works. I'm feeling a very visionary energy from you, my pal threes. And there's something about you having a vision for something and being able to switch between different things and different hobbies. Like, I feel like this is my pile of people that like to dip their toes in the sand in each thing they like have different hobbies across different spectrums of things and be good at many different things or be talented at many different things. And or there's something about you being able to do many different ideas and have them all be successful, whereas maybe other people feel like they do one thing and then it flops. Do you get what I mean? So there's something about like wishing they could have your mind or wishing they could have your intelligence or your ideas. Something about them doing it isn't the same as the way you do it. Something like that. I feel like you're very innovative, my pile number threes, and you somehow just channel information about ideas. Something about your ideas being really good. I'm also seeing an energy here of the number 222. You always being at the right place at the right time. So people compliment that, and I think a lot of people are seeing you change and transform because there's something about you being someone really, really compassionate and loving. And I feel like some of you have been healing your heart from something. You've been healing, you've been on your healing journey, and as you've been healing, you have maybe started transforming to once being someone so pure and loving, and it was like you give love to everyone around you freely with no resistance. And it was just shocking to people in the past because you had such a big heart. But since you had such a big heart, I feel like you often got taken advantage of by others from your kindness. So I feel like at some point you had to become more fierce. At some point you had to become more independent. At some point you had to realize your strength and power and take a step back and speak up for yourself more, find your power more, find your worth, and believe you're worthy of actually receiving the same love you give out to others. Okay, so there's something about people wishing they had what you have. Even people that are in competition with you wish they could somehow be you. And that is something they've said to others that you may not even realize they've said. Like someone you've had beef with the Five of Wands. I'm hearing the word beef. Someone you've had beef with, or someone that doesn't like you, even wishes they could be like you. Like that is the vibe I feel here of things people have said about you. But it's like you've learned to find your power through that. And now you have more of a duality to you where you're still this kind-hearted person, still this pure person, but at the same time, you have more strength, you have more fierceness to you. You have more of this energy where you are speaking up for yourself and not letting people walk all over you. You're more discerning is the word I'm hearing. You're trusting your intuition. You're walking away when there's red flags. So there's something about that and you trusting yourself that people are complimenting, because it's like there has been this change in your demeanor where you're not the person you once were. I'm hearing that song by Britney Spears, Not Yet a Girl, Not Yet a Woman, something like that. Not a girl, not yet a woman, something like that. So you are going through this transformation where you're somehow in the middle of it, where you are changing as a person, but for the better for you. It's not like you're becoming a person that is mean. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's more so like you know your worth now. You're not going to let people just talk to you or treat you however they want to treat you. Like you're still your kind-hearted self, but you've learned that you're worthy of more. Okay, so that's something I see, and I think people are very, very proud of you for doing that, because there's something about friendships here. People that know you. Uh, Maybe seeing you give to people that are going to take advantage of you. Like they can see this person as a whole red flag already, and you're giving to them and they can see it's already going to go bad, but they just don't say anything. But then now your demeanor has changed where maybe that same person that comes up to you, you're not the same as you used to be, and there's something about like your friends or people who know you on a deeper level being more proud of you, because it's like this energy of you being like so pure-hearted that you wouldn't think anyone would be. I just got my tarot deck. You wouldn't think anyone would be in the Seven of Swords devil energy, because you're not in that energy. But once you got your heart broken, it's like you had to learn to be more discerning of others. And there's something about that where your friends or the people who know you are complimenting that, because it's like now you're not overly trusting of others. There's nothing wrong with trusting and opening up your heart, but sometimes people are like that in the world. Sometimes people have hidden intentions or agendas with the moon here. And just because we're loving people doesn't mean they're not. They're loving people too. So I feel like your friends felt very protective over you in the past when you were surrounded by certain people that didn't really like you for you. And now that you have taken a step back and started realizing your worth and started realizing that you can speak up for yourself, there has been this change in your demeanor where you're more balanced, where you have like this healthy independence, you have this healthy trust where you can open up your heart and trust, but not be overly trusting in the beginning. I don't know why I'm saying these messages like this, but I'm just seeing it like this. Because the feeling I get from you is like you're almost like Snow White. You know how Snow White is so kind-hearted. She's such a kind person, such a person with a big heart, but then she gets deceived by the woman that tries to give her the poisonous apple, because she doesn't think anyone could do that to her. So it's like people that know you on a deeper level know or see these people not really liking you or being in competition with you, and then it's like they come to you and they're acting fake, but they can see through it, but maybe you don't at first, but now you see through it too. Now you're trusting your own intuition too, and I feel like your intuition has always been there, but like there was at some point doubt. Take the messages as they resonate. If this pile doesn't resonate, it's probably not your pile. But there's something about you realizing the magic within you, within your intuition, trusting yourself more. And there's been some kind of change in who you are as a person where you're looking back and you're no longer the person you once were. and you're moving forward and you're adding new elements to your personality. And there's nothing wrong with being trusting of people. We should trust and open up our hearts, but then I feel like maybe this was a necessary step for you. Or at least this is how other people are seeing it. So people are complimenting the way you have transformed with the adjustment card. Started to see your magic, started to see and trust yourself more and believe in yourself more, know your worth more, love yourself more, all of that. Because I feel like in the past, you couldn't quite see it the way people that knew you did. Okay? So what are the compliments people give my pile number threes where they don't know, they're not aware of it? We have the High Priestess. So they're complimenting your intuition, your gifts, you coming into your gifts and trusting them more. We have the Page of Cups. I feel like you've had these gifts since a young age, and people all around you have seen you have these gifts. But you had to go through your own initiation to coming into your gifts and trusting them more. Yes, we have the Queen of Swords. You started speaking up for yourself more. People could also compliment your voice and the way you speak. It could sound very much like a melody. I don't know why I'm hearing Ariana Grande. Someone here has a high-pitched voice or has a beautiful singing voice. I feel like people have also said you're quite dreamy. We have the Eight of Cups. This is exactly what I was talking about, like leaving behind past things that aren't serving you anymore. Relationships with people that just didn't really like you for you or didn't really respect you. Okay? So I guess people are happy to see you happier now with the Sun card. It seems like you're much happier now. It seems like you respect yourself now. It seems like you know your worth now. Like that's the vibe I keep getting. And people are talking about that. People are also talking about your intuition. Like somehow you just say something and it just makes sense. Like you don't even realize you're so magical. You don't even realize you're saying something intuitive to them. And they go home and they're like, guess what Pile 3 said to me today? They said this. How did they know this? I never told anyone. And it's just like they're mind blown. With the Sun card, I feel like people are complimenting you and saying, you look much happier right now. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. So you've started working with your intuition to create change in your life, and people can see that. People are complimenting that. But people are also complimenting, I feel like your co-workers are complimenting the way you work with them, because there's something about you just knowing the right ideas or knowing the right things to do, going back to that innovative quality I spoke about and how you put in action towards where you want to be. Your intelligence, the way you speak about things, like if you've ever been in meetings with your coworkers or something like that, it's like you give a lot of good ideas and it comes from your intuition, something like that. We have the Lovers. So people are complimenting if you have new relationships in your life, or if you have a lover or friendships in your life where there are a lot of love, people could see you with them and compliment that and say, you know, I wish I had a friendship like that, or I wish I had a connection like that. Their connection is so beautiful. I can see this person really loves pile number 3, that type of energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so people could be complimenting you and saying you have a very big purpose in this lifetime and that you're going to change a lot of people's lives with your intuition and the words you say. I feel like that's what I see there. We have the Chariot. So people are complimenting your level up, your transformation, the way you've moved forward, the way you have grown. That's what I feel there. We have the Fool. People compliment that optimistic approach you have towards life, how you just are positive about everything, even sometimes when there are challenging moments in your life that feel very hard. It's like you're going to passionately move through it and believe that anything is possible, that the best outcome can always be there. So people compliment your positive approach and outlook to life. What else do people compliment about my pile threes that is unknown to them? We have the Three of Wands. I feel like the moves you make is very in line with what your intuition says. And when you take the steps there, it's like people are like, how did pile three just know to do that? How did they know they were going to be successful at that? They just knew to do that. How did they know to use that idea? It's like you take steps towards something and people are like, how did they know? And there's still this element of people wishing they could have your abilities, or wishing they could do what you do, or wishing they could be as happy as you are, or wishing they could love themselves like you do, or wishing they could speak their truth like you do. That type of energy. I keep seeing the energy of growth, wishing they had the growth you have, the expansion you have, the luck you have. We have the Empress. So I feel like people are also complimenting your beauty, your attractiveness. I feel like you have this very seductive energy to you too. And I think people often compliment that. I'm seeing your body. People like to compliment your body and your voice. Something about your smile too, I hear, and your eyes. Something about your eyelashes, I hear too, and shoes. I'm seeing shoes. We have the Moon card. I keep getting cards about your intuition. We have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you've been restricted in challenges, but you still move forward, and I think people see your strength. They admire your strength. They admire your resilience to push through and still look at the world with positivity, even with the challenges you've experienced. We have the Six of Pentacles. So people often say that you're a very generous soul. They may even compliment your fashion style, as we see here, or the way you do your makeup, or the way you do your hair, if you do that. But also your generosity. People can see there is this genuineness when it comes to you. And then we're ending off the reading with the Five of Wands again, and then the Nine of Cups again. So people are jealous of what you have. People often compliment the things you have, the things you've wished for. I feel like some of you have also become more abundant and you've achieved a lot more in your careers. And there's something about people wishing to have what you have, people wishing to have the love you have, the relationship you have to yourself. All of the things I mentioned, it's like the compliments you get is, I wish I was like pile three, or I wish I had what pile three has. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile threes. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!